General Hospital disaster strikes. 6 women face ruin as Port Charles spirals into chaos. Explosive spoilers and devastating twists ahead. Port Charles is no stranger to turmoil, but in a shocking turn of events, 6 women will face the greatest challenge of their lives. Their fates intertwine, and a catastrophic incident will test the strength of friendships, expose deadly secrets, and shake the core of General Hospital. From courtroom bombshells to a mysterious blaze, this is the story of how everything changes for Willow, Carly, Nina, Jordan, Ava, and Elizabeth. Let's dive into the chaos, heartbreak, and destruction that awaits. Willow Corinthos has survived leukemia, a near-death experience, and Nina Reeves. But nothing can prepare her for the tragedy that awaits. While volunteering at the hospital's pediatric wing, Willow finds herself in the middle of a code red emergency when a mysterious explosion rocks General Hospital's West Wing. Willow is thrown back by the blast, but it's not her own injuries that concern her. Wiley was in the building. Security footage reveals a shadowy figure sneaking into the pediatrics unit shortly before the explosion. Authorities suspect sabotage, but the target isn't clear. Wiley is rushed to the ICU, unconscious. Willow falls apart, and despite her animosity toward Nina, she begs her estranged mother to help. It's a plea Nina will use to manipulate the entire Corinthos family. But the deeper horror? The explosion wasn't random. It was part of a wider plan to bring down GH from within. Carly Spencer, still reeling from her issues with Sunny and Drew, now faces the unthinkable: criminal charges for the hospital explosion. A security badge was cloned using Carly's personal access code from her brief stint helping at GH's administrative office. Surveillance footage, edited and manipulated, shows Carly entering the hospital minutes before the blast. The media jumps on the story. Carly Spencer, hospital bomber? DA Robert Scorpio doesn't want to believe it, but with mounting pressure, he has no choice but to issue a warrant. Carly is arrested in front of Donna and Jocelyn. Sunny explodes, demanding her release, but even Diane Miller struggles to find a loophole. Meanwhile, someone is watching from the shadows, smiling. Whoever framed Carly knows her every move. Desperate, Carly reaches out to Jason for help. But Jason's loyalties are split, and he's hiding something that could destroy her. Nina Reeves is finally in the position she's always dreamed of, co-owner of the Metro Court, reconciled with Willow, if only superficially, and welcomed back into Charlotte's life. But Nina is never one to let go of old grudges. When Willow asks her for help in finding who hurt Wiley, Nina seizes the opportunity, not just to help her grandson, but to rewrite history and erase her own guilt. Using her connections in the media and her relationship with Valentine, Nina starts her own investigation. But what she uncovers is chilling. A secret GH fund has been siphoning money into offshore accounts connected to Victor Cassadine's old shell companies. The funds paid for security access devices, the very ones used to frame Carly. Nina knows who did it. But here's the kicker: if she exposes the truth, she implicates herself too. She made a deal with the devil once to get back at Carly. Now the devil is back, and he's got a new target. Does Nina risk everything to do the right thing, or protect her own legacy? Commissioner Jordan Ashford prides herself on justice, but even she is caught off guard by the corruption within the PCPD. Evidence goes missing. Witnesses recant. An anonymous tipster reveals that a mole has infiltrated the department, feeding intel to someone trying to dismantle GH brick by brick. Jordan is blindsided when her own badge is suspended after an internal affairs probe links her to the cover-up. She's stripped of her position and replaced by Max Scorpio in an emergency interim measure. Worse yet, Curtis confronts her with a shocking accusation that Jordan may have unintentionally led the enemy right to Trina. In a desperate attempt to clear her name, Jordan goes rogue. She teams up with Anna Devane to uncover the mole. But what they discover is horrifying. A former WSB agent, believed to be dead, is alive and orchestrating a vendetta against General Hospital. Jordan may have to sacrifice her career and her freedom to save the city she swore to protect. Ava Jerome has done her best to stay clean. Her gallery is thriving, her daughter is finally stable, and she's kept her distance from mob wars. But peace never lasts long in Port Charles. Ava receives a package, a box filled with ashes and a note. "You took everything from me. Now I'll return the favor." The ashes are traced back to Nicholas Cassadine's burned remains. But Nicholas was supposed to be in a coma. Ava confronts Laura, who's just as stunned. Spencer accuses Ava of lying, and the Cassadine family is thrown into turmoil. That night, the gallery is set on fire. A painting of Kiki melts in the flames. Ava barely escapes alive. Valentine and Anna suspect that a new Cassadine heir is back, and targeting Ava as revenge for the family's downfall. Ava knows she needs help, but with Carly in jail and Sunny distracted, she's on her own. Until a masked figure arrives at her door and whispers, "Help me stop them, or your daughter is next." Elizabeth Weber has weathered immense tragedy, the death of Franco, losing Nicholas, and nearly losing her son Aiden to bullying and trauma. She thought she had found stability in her nursing career. But fate has other plans. After inhaling smoke during the hospital explosion, Elizabeth collapses at home. Tests reveal a horrifying truth. She's been exposed to a rare toxic agent embedded in the fire. Finn and Portia break the news. Elizabeth has only months to live unless they find the source of the toxin and an antidote. Fast. Elizabeth becomes the linchpin in the investigation. Her condition matches a former WSB case file, one that was buried decades ago. As her health deteriorates, Liz begins leaving video diaries for her sons. She hides her diagnosis from them, but Jake discovers the truth after hacking her medical files. Devastated, Jake seeks help from Jason. Jason and Finn must now race against time. If they can trace the chemical source, they might be able to save Liz and uncover who is weaponizing General Hospital. The 6 women at the heart of this disaster are not victims of coincidence. They're being targeted as part of a larger conspiracy. Flashback. 3 years ago, General Hospital turned away a high-risk patient due to budget cuts. That patient, a former chemical engineer named Elena Markovich, died without proper care. Her brother, Damian Markovich, swore revenge, not just on GH, but on every woman he blamed for her death. He infiltrated WSB Labs, faked his death, and has slowly been building an underground network with one goal: to cripple Port Charles. Now, his plans are in motion. Carly was framed to destroy her credibility and take out GH's strongest civilian protector. Willow was attacked through Wiley to break her spirit and manipulate Nina. Nina's connection to Crimson is being used to spread misinformation. Jordan's force has been compromised, making law enforcement unreliable. Ava is being psychologically tormented through the death of Nicholas and threats to Avery. Elizabeth has been poisoned with the very chemical that killed Elena. Poetic justice in Damien's mind. Only one person knows how to stop this: Laura Collins. After discovering that Damien once worked under Victor Cassadine, Laura realizes he may have access to deadly technology hidden beneath Spoon Island. She calls for backup from someone no one expected to return: Lucky Spencer. Lucky brings with him key files stolen from a WSB informant, files that detail Damien's experiments, chemical tests, and potential allies. Together, Laura and Lucky devise a counterattack, but it requires all 6 women to band together, even those who are enemies. Willow, Carly, Nina, Jordan, Ava, and Elizabeth are called to a secret meeting in the tunnels beneath Port Charles. Old feuds explode. Carly nearly attacks Nina. Ava refuses to sit next to Jordan. Willow blames Carly for everything. But they all realize something horrifying. If they don't stop Damien, GH will be destroyed, and thousands will die. Their mission: infiltrate Damien's lab, recover the antidote, and destroy his data before he unleashes his final attack during the upcoming General Hospital Centennial Gala. As the gala begins, Damien disguises himself as a prominent donor and slips into the ballroom with a toxin-laced champagne supply. Just as he's about to release it, the 6 women make their move. Jordan subdues his armed guard. Nina distracts Damien long enough for Carly to steal the detonator. Willow grabs the hidden antidote from his pocket. Elizabeth begins to collapse, but Ava injects her with the serum just in time. But the fight isn't over. Damien pulls out a hidden device and activates a bomb under the ballroom. There's only one way to stop it. Someone has to stay behind. A shot rings out. Blood hits the floor. As the screen fades to black, a voice says, "One of them didn't make it out alive."